It's Monday night, probably about 8:30 now, and I'm out on my annual walk to my neighbors. It's hurricane season down here in Houston, and since I moved here 5 years ago, it's been a tradition that everybody on my cul-de-sac come over and we sit down and share some goodies and talk about preparedness. I think having your neighbors involved in preparedness is very important. We've discussed safety, we've discussed food, water, security, what we would do as a cul-de-sac group. We know everybody, we exchange emails, we have a contact list that has emergency contact people on it. We've got home phone numbers, cell phone numbers, email addresses, work numbers, and so we're a really tight community here on our street. And it's been my experience as we went through Hurricane Ike that it's not a city that gets together or a state that gets together, but it's more of a street that gets together. And so with the half dozen or so houses we have here, we keep in touch. A new neighbor moves in, we all have a party for them. We go into each other's homes and get to know each other on a very personal basis. This keeps us tight. We understand each other. We understand what each other's plans are in case of emergency. So this year we're going to discuss kind of an open agenda on why prepare. What are we going to prepare for? How are we going to prepare? What our preparation plan is. Are we going to evacuate? Are we going to plan on staying? What are the things that we need to prepare for? And so we're looking forward to it. We'll get together this Friday, and we got a new family moved in at the end of the block. We had a party for them a couple months ago when they moved in. Got another family just moved in, last house on the street. So they're out of town, so they'll miss it. But I'm also inviting the neighbors on my back fence because they're part of my perimeter. And yeah, I've shared some apples over the fence with them, and shared some other goodies from the garden with their other neighbors. So I want them to be involved too. They're on my 6, and so I want them to be aware of what we're doing, and hopefully what they'll do on their street is have a meeting with their neighbors, and they'll get together and they'll plan and build a tight network, get to know each other, and be able to help each other out, get unified. That's what it's about. You can't go through a crisis alone. Nobody ever does. If you lose your job, you turn to family. If there's a community event, catastrophe like Hurricane Ike, we all turn to each other. We all look for each other for help, and it's a lot easier to do if you know each other to begin with. So I'd encourage you to do that. We just use this hurricane season as an excuse to get together and talk about preparation. I think it's important. I think it knits our network tighter. I think it's better for everybody. We will come out in the evenings and we'll just chat here on the street, and we have very, very comfortable feeling with each other. I think I mentioned in an earlier video that we were nominated and awarded the friendliest street in the development, and there's hundreds and hundreds of houses in this development. So if I just throw out a challenge, and I'd say walk your neighbors, walk your neighborhood, just your street, anybody I'm still learning first names, and invite them over to your home and say, hey, let's get together and let's talk about preparedness. If you're in a hurricane alley, tornado alley, earthquake alley, desert alley, whatever it is, you can talk about your concerns and get together as a community. I'd highly recommend it. If you do, or if you have questions, do me a favor, comment below, and let us know what you're doing in your community. Let's do this a community at a time, so we can all prepare and help each other prepare. So when whatever comes, we have a physical, emotional, spiritual network built up right here, right around us, that we can turn to and make life easier for each other. This is LDS Prepper out.